Brilliant. Happy Thursday, everybody. How's everybody feeling?
Excellent.
All right.
Good.
Better than yesterday.
Oh, good. Geez, we had a whole mishmash of answers. That can be a great thing or a not so good thing, but I'm going to say it's a great thing because most of them were positive. Perfect. All right, we're going to get right into it today. So just have a quick look around you. Make sure you have a clear space for exercising, nothing to step on or trip over. It's a good idea to have, if you've got an oximeter available to you. We talked last day that that's helpful to have nearby, so you can just keep track of your oxygen levels and your heart rate. Use it as a bit of a guide for your intensity today.
I'm gonna run and get mine.
That's brilliant. Make sure you walk. Don't rush it. All right. And let's actually get started with our breathing today. Get into our breathing pattern. We're gonna do a little bit different today. So put a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly. And we're gonna learn the difference between a chest breath and a belly breath. So what I'm gonna get you to do is we're gonna breathe in through your belly first. So breathe in and then fill up your chest and then breathe out belly, chest. Good. So breathe in belly and then chest. Breathe out belly, then chest. Breathe in belly, chest. Breathe out belly and chest. Breathe in belly and chest. Breathe out belly and chest. Once more, breathe in belly and chest. Breathe out belly and chest. Good. You can shake it off. So now I just want you to maintain breathing out through pursed lips and try to keep up a steady breathing pattern. So smoothly breathing in and out. And as we maintain that, we're going to just start reaching across as if you're patting yourself on the back. There we go. So reach across, pat yourself on the back. You got here today. Already one step towards awesome. Brilliant. So again, maintain that breathing pattern as we start to move. And if you want to add in your heels lifting up and down one at a time, feel free. I can add to the challenge. But remember, we are just warming up. All right, now your arm is lifting straight up behind you. So pull that elbow up. And this is more like you're slicking your hair back. And you can still be lifting up one heel at a time. Brilliant. Keep up your breathing pattern. Excellent job, everybody. All right, now pull your arm out wide, one at a time. That arm goes out wide, like you're going in for half a hug. And we're gonna step forward with that opposite foot. So now you're actually stepping forwards and back. Brilliant. Go at your own pace. Remember, this is your exercise class. You are in charge of your intensity. And the goal is always
get those legs and arms to go the right way.
that coordination piece is challenging. Feel free if you want to go arm, arm, and then leg, leg, so you get a little bit more comfortable.
Funny. I go on arm, arm, the same side. But then again, I bowl that way too. So
there you go. Yeah, it's challenging getting our opposite limbs working together. It's a lot easier for the same side to work.
Okay, so it's important that I make it work.
It's important that you try.
Okay.
That even if you just go really slow and pause and then bring it back, you go at your own pace. Everybody does. And you do what you need to do to make it challenging yet doable. Good. All right. Now you're either going to reach across your body, unless you're okay with overhead, then you're going to reach and then switch. So reach. Good. See, there's that slight little lean because we're reaching so far. Our whole body has to get into it. Good. So now you've kind of figured out the program. Just moving our arms is too easy. We've got to get our feet involved. So whichever side you reach to, that same leg's going to cross over and back. So reach and cross and back. 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 Good. Reach, come back. Reach and come back. Okay, remember to maintain your breathing pattern as we go. So breathe out through pursed lips. And rest there. Now we're gonna pull our foot up as if we're gonna put on some socks and then bring it back down. What's important here is that I don't want you rounding at your back. So keep your upper body nice and tall and just make that leg work. Lift it to where it can. Again, challenging yet doable. And so wherever it can go, that's where you lift to, even if it's low. And wherever that challenging limit is for you, I want you to try to hit it each time. So if you know you're able to hit kind of middle of your shin, try to stay that height or above it. As it gets maybe a little bit looser and easier to do, maybe you're able to get up a little bit higher.
I'd never get my socks on this way.
Me neither.
Well, it was a good imagery. There we go, team. And rest there. So now get your feet in front of you. We're going to pull one heel back at a time. You can either just touch your toe down on the ground or actually pull your heel up as if you're trying to kick the underside of your chair. It's important that you do this one with control. Quite a few of us, because we have tight hamstrings, that's the back of the thigh, it's a little bit easier for that muscle to cramp. So just be cautious, go within your range. Good. And we're going to just push our arms out at the same time. Stay up nice and tall. So you can either touch that foot back or pull your heel back if you're trying to kick your chair. There we go. Maintain your breathing pattern. Breathe out through pursed lips. Good. And rest there. Brilliant, brilliant job, everybody. Now you should feel like you're getting pretty warmed up. Good. So here's what we're going to do now is just put a hand out in front of you, thumb up. So give me a thumbs up. Perfect. Now we're actually going to do something with that thumb. It wasn't just positive feedback for me. We're going to move that thumb in a circle. Now go in a slow circle, and I want your eyes to follow your thumb. So again, go slow, because for some of you, if you go too fast, that's going to get you dizzy. And if you find your eyes don't like that, that's okay. You're welcome to just move your thumb and keep your eyes still. Okay, so you got to listen to your body. Now, as we do that, our other arm is going to move out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. Whose arm wants to do a little half circle
Mine.
or a little oval?
Yes.
And change directions with that thumb. Remember, sore neck or shoulders, just keep the hand lower and that will help. There we go.
What did we used to do when we were kids? Try to rub our belly and pat our head?
We've done that in this class in the spring.
I
We
couldn't
did
do it then.
practice
I
it.
don't know if I can do it now.
Now change hands, everybody. Other thumb, make that circle. And move the arm out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. Oh, and breathe. Gotta maintain your breathing pattern, even with all these different moving parts. Good, change directions of that circle. Good.
I think you must practice these at home, Jill. Because you're coordinated, I'm not.
Practice, you guys. And remember, my rule is if I can't do it, I will not ask you to do it. And rest, shake it out. Good. All right. I want you to draw a circle with your foot. And it can be a small circle. You can even step it if your foot is a bit sticky on the floor. But just make a little bit of a circle. You can do this standing or seated, whatever you're most comfortable with. And let's get your arms pushing out and in. Good. And change directions of that circle. I should have gotten you to all put a cloth under your foot because I did threaten to make you do some cleaning on Tuesday.
Hey, my socks are doing it.
There you go. Excellent. And now we're switching legs. So draw that circle with your foot and push out and back. Good. Try to get your arms moving in a straight line, forward and back. And switch directions of that circle. Good. Keep up your breathing. And rest there. Shake it out. Brilliant job, everybody. All right, we're going to get into a little bit more cardio. And so what I'm going to challenge you to do here is one of two things. It just depends on what you are capable of doing. If you can breathe quite easily through your nose, then that's your nasal breathing. You're going to focus on your nasal breathing for the next minute. So just trying to breathe in and out through your nose. If at any point you feel a little bit short of breath, you need to right away go to breathing out through pursed lips. Now, if you're limited with your nasal breathing, or if you feel a little puffed, do your breathe out through pursed lips. But I want you to do your best to try to make it last 2 to 3 seconds. So a breathe out for 1, 2, and then maybe 3. Has everyone got that?
Sort of.
All right. We're going to march for a minute. Focus on your breathing. Got the 2. And a lot of you won't be able to do the nasal breathing for either you got some blockages, more inflamed sinuses, or just feeling short of breath. But the challenge here is to control your breathing even with movement, and that is working on your lung capacity. Okay, so off we go. We've got 1 minute. And you can either focus on just that nasal breathing or a 2 to 3 second exhale through pursed lips. And you can breathe in however is most comfortable for you. I will give you the 30 seconds heads up so that if you are aiming for just 30 seconds, that was a good stretch of time for you today. Awesome. Then you get a little bit longer of a rest. So that was 30 seconds. Good job, everybody. Do the best that you can. I'm keeping a close eye on the clock for you. Final 10 seconds or less. And rest.
Boy, that's sure easier with pursed lips than the other way.
It is for sure. Absolutely. And that's to be expected.
Oh, okay.
Right? A lot of you, especially COPD, you have a tough time emptying your lungs, and that pursed lip exhale really helps you do that.
Yeah.
The nasal breathing can just be an interesting one, as long as you're not feeling short of breath while doing it or straining. That is a good one to help you build your lung capacity, build your respiratory muscles in a different way.
But
So
it sure shows the benefit of pursed lip breathing.
Yeah, I do it all the
that
time
too.
now.
Yep, absolutely. And that's a really great thing. So again, any rest time, especially during exercise, get into that recovery breathing, really focus on that pursed lip breath, and then hands or forearms on your thighs, slightly bent over, but without a rounded back. That's your recovery position, and it helps you open up your airways to better help your recovery breathing.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we're going to do one more set of that. So one more time. And this time I want everybody to do a 2 to 3 second exhale through pursed lips as best you can. If you can't maintain that, that's okay. Just that's the goal. Okay. And we're marching. So last minute here. So breathe in however is most comfortable for you, and then breathe out 2, 3. Breathe in and out 2, 3. Again, if you cannot breathe out for 3 seconds because we're going at too high of an intensity, that's okay. Either slow it down or just breathe how you need to breathe. Just focus on the pursed lip exhale. And we are past the 30 seconds. So if you need that shorter work time, longer rest time, take it. Last couple of seconds here, gang. And rest. Good. So for those of you that walk at least once a week, or even when you're just walking from point A to point B, I want you to remember that pursed lip breathing. So be intentional with your movement, because you're going to find you're actually going to have a little bit more stamina. You'll be able to get a little bit further with that pursed lip breathing rather than just breathing how your body wants to breathe to be efficient. Well, we don't want efficient breathing. We want optimal breathing. Okay. So we're going to get now into a little bit of strength training. I think that was enough cardio for today, especially after the huge bout of cardio on Tuesday. So I've got a stretchy band today. If you do not have a stretchy band, that is okay. You can use just a weight, but I will get you doing slightly different things with that weight, okay? All right, holding the band straight out in front of you to start, we're gonna pull one elbow back and then bring it back forward. So again, if you're holding the band, hold it straight out in front, pull one arm back, bring it forward, and then your other arm pulls back and then comes forward. So alternating. And when we focus on strength, guys, you really want it to be a bit slower than our cardio. You want to think about control, and you really want to pretend the resistance, whether it's the band or a weight, is heavier than it is. So pretend we're pulling 100 pounds. Do it with purpose. And if you're using the weight here, rather than holding the weight in front of you, I actually want you to lean down and pull it up. And you can switch hands as you go. Okay, so if you've got a weight, this is the movement you're doing to work the same muscle groups. If you struggle to hold on to these bands and it's long enough, you are welcome to wrap it around your palm, and that's gonna help you with not having to grip it so tightly, okay? Brilliant, and rest. Good. So our next movement, guys, is you're gonna take the band now. You're gonna hold it, we're gonna reverse it. You're gonna hold it tight to your chest. And you're gonna push one arm forward and then slowly bring it back. So push one arm forward, slowly bring it back. And I know we often do this kind of a movement with the band around our back, but sometimes it's helpful to do it this way because one arm has to keep it still. It's the anchor point. So we're kind of working on opposing movements at the same time, opposing muscle groups. Good. Remember, it is helpful to breathe out on exertion. And the exertion here is pushing the band out in front of you. Brilliant job, everybody. Good. And rest. Good. So we worked those arms pretty good. Hey, team?
Yeah.
Now it's time for the legs. Now, something quite different for today. We're going to get one leg out to the side. Okay, you can get it as straight as you'd like. Now, if you're staying seated, you're not standing up. I just want you to lean forward. And I want you to feel a little bit of a stretch in this leg. And I want you to push down through this leg. So push and then relax. Push and then relax. If any of you get a little bit of a sore knee with it in this position, feel free just to pull that knee back in and point your toe out. And you're still gonna get that little bit of a stretch here. So this way if you can, and if not, just pull it out wide. Now, if you feel comfortable standing up a little ways, and you're able to do 10 sit to stands, then you are welcome to come out of your chair just that little bit and then back down. And again, you can try it with that 1 foot out. So kind of my legs are creating an L shape. You don't have to come all the way up, just come that little ways up. with control. Make sure you have balance support close by. So if you do make it all the way up, you got something close by that you can hold on to, because this is an awkward position, a little bit off balance, okay? And again, if you're standing up, just pull that knee in and out. Create that L shape with your feet.
This helped me do the splits.
It will, yep. And it might also help you split your pants. Good work, everybody. Okay, rest there. Now, I wasn't really counting for that one. I was just keeping an eye on the clock. But your goal is to now do just as many on this side, however many you did. So again, create that L. And if you're staying seated, you are welcome to try getting this leg straight out. Push down, okay? But if you're standing, get that leg pointed out. And again, you might only make it part way up and then come back down. Awesome. Challenging yet doable. You got balance support close by. And this movement is slow and in control. Boy, that's a bit different. Hey, guys. Good work. And time. So rest there. So again, we just used really big muscle groups. That can make you a little bit more huffed and puffed. So get into that recovery position if you need. And all of you should be focusing on your recovery breathing. And it's a great chance for a sip of water as well. Okay, good. All right. Now with that one, gang, the next one is I want you to have 1 foot slightly forward and 1 foot slightly back. So feet are staggered. See how this foot is just a little bit underneath I'm on a bench, but under the chair. Now you are not going to get out of your seat. All you're going to do is you're going to lean forward and push into this foot. So the forward foot. Now, the way you can make it harder is by pulling this foot a little bit more in and by bringing this foot a little bit further back. So you can push through both feet to make it harder and come back. Okay, so once again, the further this front foot is pulled in and right underneath the knee, the harder it's going to be. You're going to push it down and relax. And this leg's getting just a little bit of a stretch.
Will that strengthen your knee? It feels like it will.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it sure will. Now what's important with this, guys, with any time we push our foot down into the ground, it's important that you're not just leaning forward. So try to stay up tall. You can get a little bit forward, but really just push into the ground. Like you're trying to press a hole through the floor. Good, so press and hold, and relax. Can everyone feel that?
Yeah.
Good, you guys are a quiet group today. All right, and switch legs. And push. So you push and hold, and then relax. 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 Good. Remember, most of the weight's going through that front foot. Push and hold. And it's really important anytime we do that kind of push and a hold of a movement is that you maintain your breathing And for those of you that mentioned a heart condition and an aorta, just make sure you're not holding for very long and not pushing as hard. So make sure you're not straining. Right? And if you can breathe smoothly and not feel like you're straining, that's great. But boy, that muscle gets tired and rest. So surprisingly, you might feel a little bit puffed. That's normal because we just worked our muscles, even though we didn't have much movement. Pretty interesting, isn't it?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
And as Rick identified, a good way to strengthen a joint if it's sore in certain ranges of motion, right? If you stand up and sit down and your knee's sore, well, good way to help it not be sore in that movement is to keep it in a fixed position and to work the muscles to strengthen it. So you're absolutely right, that will strengthen your knees.
I shall keep it in mind.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, team. Now focus on your recovery breathing and take a little bit extra time if you need it, because this is your exercise class. You're in charge of your intensity and your rest, how much you do, okay? But that was so much fun, we got to do it again.
For you, maybe.
All of it, all of it.
Oh,
It
I
was
liked
fun
it.
for me. So starting with the band out in front of you, and we're gonna pull one arm back while the other resists, and then bring it back and then switch. So pull, bring it back and switch. One arm pulls, one arm stays still and switch. Breathe out through pursed lips on the exertion. The exertion here is pulling the band. Good work, team. Pull, bring back, pull, bring back, and rest. Remember what the second one was?
No.
No.
Some of you do. There we go. Now you hold the band at your chest. That's absolutely right. And one arm pushes out in front of you. And then with control, bring it back. Don't let it snap back. Other arm pushes out. Good. Push, the other hand holds, resist, slowly come back. Good. Remember, it is helpful to breathe out on the exertion, and the exertion here is breathing, or sorry, pushing your arm out. That's when you would like to breathe out. There we go, team. Brilliant. And rest there. Good. So once again, you can put the band to the side. For now, we're going to bring it back. And then you are either stretching that leg out to the side and pushing your foot into the ground, or you can get here for seated or standing up. Good. Make sure you go at your own pace. I am timing it rather than giving you a number to complete so that everyone can just do what they can do. And again, if you are pushing your feet into the ground without standing up, really make sure you're maintaining your breathing pattern. So it can be helpful to breathe out as you push down. And if you are standing up, that is your exertion. It is helpful to breathe out. And switch sides. Good work, everybody. And up. Good. Steadily breathing. Exhale through pursed lips. Well done, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of control. And rest.
I find on that one, I can't straighten the one leg out, whereas I can the other.
And so what part of your leg is the limiting factor?
Behind the knee.
Yeah, so when it's here, it starts hurting behind the knee.
Yeah, Baker's cyst, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so it's either straightening the leg with it out to the side is pulling on your hamstring, which is tugging back there. So again, great way to alternate is just to pull that leg in, keeping the knee bent.
Uh-huh.
Were you able to switch it to this position?
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So then again, you just kind of fiddle around with finding something that's challenging yet doable.
Okay. It's funny, one leg fine, the other not.
Yep. Just
Could be an old
depends.
injury.
Yeah, it depends on also the flexibility at the hip. If that hip
Oh.
is a little bit tighter than the other,
Right.
then it's putting more strain on your knee because your hip doesn't have the movement available to do
Yeah.
that comfortably.
Okay.
So there's a couple different reasons that could be happening. Now, the last one, team, is again, we're pulling one leg underneath. And now Baker's cyst, be cautious. Don't pull that leg too far back, especially if you're in a bit of that lower chair, because that too much flexion on a Baker's cyst can just bring more fluid to that area and make it a bit irritated.
Okay.
Yep. So again, have your feet staggered. That's awesome. Just you won't want your foot directly underneath unless that feels comfortable for you. Just depends on the length of your leg. So
Right.
pushing, gang. Remember to breathe out through the push and then relax. And that gives you a good timeline of how long you should be pushing. If you can only exhale for 2 seconds, great. If you can exhale for 5, great. Okay, so push and exhale. I am not a good example of your proper exhale breathing because I just keep talking the whole time. And I think based on that, I once asked Barry what position he thought I played. He almost got it. Good. Time's almost up. So just the last couple seconds here. Remember, rest for however long you need to in between. Good. And switch. Good. And push. And then relax. Push. And then relax. Good job, team. Good. So just hold the push for as long as your lung capacity lets you, your exhale capacity. Good work, everybody. Smooth breathing, maintain it. Those muscles should be getting tired,
Oh, yeah.
Little.
surprisingly. Not surprisingly. To me, it makes sense. But sometimes people go, what? Didn't even move it. How is it tired? Well, it's still working hard. And rest, shake out the legs. All right, it's been a week or two since we've worked a little bit more extensively on our upper body. Specifically, what's often asked for is those triceps, so that underarm. So we're going to take the band, take a little bit longer of a rest if you need it. But we're going to hold one arm across our body at our shoulder, and then your other hand is just pulling straight down, pause, and then slowly bring it up. So I don't want to see a snap up. I want you to control it. Go down, pause, up. 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 Got time for two more. Down, pause, up, and down, pause, up. Switch arms. Now, just a quick evaluation. If you felt like that was no effort or little effort, then just try you can either double up your band to pull it, or just start with your hands closer together. That's going to create more resistance. If you felt like that was really challenging, or like you had to strain to pull it, well, then you want to start with your hands further apart. Okay. Other arm and pull down, pause, up. Pull, 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 pause, and relax. Great job, team. How's everybody feeling so far?
Elbow.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Most of you said good. Those of you that didn't say good, well,
The muscles that you worked feel worked. How's that?
that's brilliant. And I didn't actually hear anybody say that they're not good. The only reason I'd make a comment like that. Okay, gang. So now we're going to do two movements at the same time. So get your feet in front of you. So almost straightened out, but go to where you can still press your toes to the ground. So you should feel a little bit of a stretch on your shin. Has everyone got that?
Yeah.
Good. So what's going to happen is you're going to pull your toes up, and I want it to feel tight at the back of your legs, maybe tight at the front because those muscles are pulling your feet up. Then you're going to hold as you pull the band apart.
You put your feet
That.
up or just your toes, John? When
Feet
say
off the ground?
So it's called a dorsiflexion, and that's when you pull your foot up towards you, so it's in that flexed position, but your heel is staying on the ground.
That's your foot up, not just your toes. Yeah, okay, okay.
Yes, thank you for that clarification. All right, so pull up, hold, pull the band apart, back and down. Pull, hold, apart, back and down. Pull, apart, back, 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 down. Last one. Pull, apart, back, and down. Rest there, team. Super, super fun. You can put the band to the side. All right. Now we're gonna start transitioning into stretching with a couple movements first. That's more mobility, stretching with movement rather than just a passive static stretch. So all I'm gonna get you to do is I'll turn sideways and you're gonna either put your hands or your forearms on your thighs, whatever's most comfortable for you. Now we're gonna breathe in to round our back. Breathe in, and then you're gonna breathe out to reverse that and arch. Just gently. So breathe in and out to arch. Breathe in to round. Breathe out to arch. Breathe in to round. Breathe out to arch. And just go within your range, right? Don't push it. Breathe in to round. Breathe out to arch. Two more. Breathe in to round. Breathe out to arch. Breathe in to round. And breathe out to arch. You're going to take your fingertips, put them behind your ear. You're going to pull this elbow open and across. So once again, I'll turn and face you to show fingertips behind the ear, pull open, and then across. Make sure your head doesn't move. Make sure the rest of your body doesn't move, just the arm from the shoulder.
Exercising your rotator?
Your rotator is helping with this. Mostly this is actually just a way to work on the rotational mobility of your thoracic spine without actually twisting your back.
Okay.
So it helps get the thoracic spine is that middle part of your back, which all your ribs attach to. It just helps get that part moving. Switch arms. But yes, absolutely. It's also working on your shoulder.
Good.
You guys are doing awesome today. Well done. Can't believe how quickly this class goes by.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good.
Perfect. At least two of you feel good.
I like
Now,
to say
I'm not
good.
very good. Yeah.
I was too tired to be able to answer.
Rest there, team. Now stretch out your leg in front of you. Well, that can be a good sign as well. Tuckered you right out.
Right.
That's what I tell the soccer kids. I say, listen, your parents paid me to tucker you out. They slip me an extra tip. I've got to make sure you just pass out. Gives them a break with the younger ones and it keeps the older ones out of trouble.
Yeah.
That's good.
It is good. I keep them busy. I've got some dedicated players, that's for sure. Switch legs. Good. So still focus on that recovery breathing as we finish stretching. Got a couple minutes still, but it's a good way to bring your heart rate down, your breathing under control, your blood pressure down. Good work, everybody. And relax there, slowly come up. So now we're gonna stretch one arm down, reach the other up. And switch arms, everybody. Any questions, gang? Last couple minutes of class? We're on a good record of a great discussion at the end of every class so far.
It's just good to have you back, Jill.
Oh, thank you so much. That was a long summer break, hey?
It was.
It was too long.
Yes.
How did the
Fair
girls
enough.
do in any tournaments?
No, we took the whole summer off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do that in the Okanagan. We end provincials are early July, and then we have a break until September.
Oh, is that because of baseball? They need the fields?
Probably originally, and field rentals and all that. Yeah, soccer's that spring sport. We're gonna bring that leg back behind you guys.
How late
So for
in the year do you go?
Well, we've got 2 indoor training facilities that are
Oh.
owned by the club.
Oh, okay.
So we train all winter.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Because I mean, when I played, and even in my first couple of years coaching, we didn't have those wonderful facilities. And I remember us training inside gymnasiums, school
Yeah.
gymnasiums.
Which is not the same, is it?
I mean, it helps with your ball control.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you spend the whole practice running after it.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
where
for
are
sure
you-
limiting.
Where are your indoor facilities now?
So in Kelowna, we've got one in the Mission area. There's this
Oh.
big water facility called the H2O.
Yeah, right.
And there's the
Yep.
Capital News Center. Well, we've got a little, looks like a big bubble. Now switch
Yeah.
switch legs, gang. So that was the first one that was built.
Yeah.
And then just the last couple of years, we've got our second one, and it's in the Rutland area.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So actually, ironically, it's by the other YMCA in town.
Mhm.
And that one was done with a wonderful partnership with the school district.
Oh,
Because
great.
they had this part of their land that was not really usable.
Yeah.
It wasn't a field, it was just kind of rubble.
Yeah.
And so they made an agreement, we got to build the bubble, and then our soccer club helps with the high school soccer academy, and they're
Yeah.
allowed to use the indoor field as part of their PE curriculum.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's a win-win because during the day,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
not as much use on it. It's awesome. And then during the night, yeah. And we've got adult sports that rent it out in the late evening as well. It's brilliant.
Good.
Rest there, everybody. Okay, we're gonna finish off with just
Yeah.
3 slow breaths. Aim for
Hello?
2 to 4 seconds on the inhale and 3 to
Yes, I
5 seconds on the exhale. So do what you can. You can keep a hand on your belly or you can bring them out to the side. So we're just going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out
Um,
through pursed lips,
Well,
2,
I'm going
3,
actually tomorrow at the
4,
hospital here.
5, breathe in,
First and last
2,
for the cancer clinic.
3,
Could they
4,
do that at the same time?
out, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. Shake it out.
You can do it,
Oh, I
baby.
see. Okay. No, that's
There we
fine.
go.
Usually
Well
I go
done,
to the
everybody.
hospital, but I've got a book of time.
You guys worked super hard. We had a couple mishaps, I think, with people forgetting to mute.
Thank you.
And I didn't give you that reminder today, but I will next week. But you did awesome today. Thank you so much for coming to class.
Thank you.
Always wonderful to